Hey there, guys. So today we have another review. This is another Battle Beers. I just did Founders Breakfast Stout with Rubaeus, and I thought I actually do with Bourbon County. I've heard good things about that. So this is 2013 Bourbon County, and this is Rubaeus. You might see I have a stopper on here. I didn't feel like having, a 14% beer and a whole, 5% beer to myself. So I balanced out the amounts I wanted, and then I put the ratio that I want in the bottle. So now and stopped it. So this way I can have a wonderful beer next time that tastes exactly how I poured it. If you guys don't know, it's actually really awesome to get these wine stoppers. They're super cheap. They're like a couple dollars. You buy them on eBay, Amazon, at your store. And as long as you keep very little, I mean, this is not ideal. This is like towards here, but it should be okay. This is not a hugely carbonated beer. But if you do have a bomber, or if you have a bomber that you're unable to finish, you can pour it in a 12-ounce bottle. Make sure it's clean, obviously, and leave as little space as you can. And what happens is the CO2 is not going to have space to fill up as long as your stopper is working correctly and you stop it correctly. I've done it all the time, and it really keeps the beer carbonated. Keep the beer in the fridge for a day or two, and then crack it, and you'll have it just as fresh as you wanted it. I haven't done it for a long time, so I wouldn't recommend that. But so here we have about 2 to 3 parts of Bourbon County and 1 part Rubaeus. While I was mixing and blending this, I was noticing that the Rubaeus is actually really overpowering. With the Founders Breakfast, there's an aggressive kind of coffee and just coffee bitterness that really plays off that Rubaeus well. This one doesn't. The Bourbon County doesn't really have that. So what you're gonna get is a dominated beer if you don't do that 2 to 3 parts to 1 ratio. So yeah, this is the beer here. So that's the mix I have. So yeah, again, do it to your tasting. It's all about you. Do what you want. But to me, this is where it's at. So yeah, let's get the tasting. Yeah, you just get that fresh, sweet raspberry. But then deep inside, you're getting the nice vanilla notes, chocolate, the bourbon, the sweet oakiness, like sweet bourbon oak. It reminds me a lot of cherry rye, actually, if you've had Bourbon County cherry rye. So yeah, let's cheers. Yeah. It reminds me still, the flavor is just so reminiscent of cherry rye. Cherry rye, though, in the front has this jamminess. The beer is actually more Bourbon County than this is. It has like a nice pop of like a sweet jammy cherry, and then it just has Bourbon County. This is more aggressively raspberry. You get a pop of really super sweet and fresh raspberries, and then you're moving on to like a Bourbon County minus, like a smaller version of Bourbon County. It's less obvious and boisterous. It's gonna have tinges of coffee, big amounts of chocolate, lots of the bourbon, lots of the alcohol shining through, tinges of vanilla. You're not really getting the coconut and the the oak complexities, the deep little intricacies that the beer has. But still really nice. The sweetness and the raspberries add a really interesting component to the base beer. I will say that it blunts the front of the flavor, and then on the back you're just going to get a nice amount of bourbon and alcohol. And so it really has an interesting combination, that sweetness from the Rubaeus, that bourbon from the Bourbon County, nice amount of chocolate, nice amount of vanilla. But in the end, I think it sort of hinders this beer slightly, but it really is a fun thing to try, so it's not something I would not say to do. It really is interesting, so definitely check it out. I would say, again, the breakfast stout is definitely a better pairing with the Rubaeus. That was a really good beer blend, but you never know until you try it out. This is actually still quite delicious. So until next time, guys, cheers, later.